So let's take a look at what it would be like to build a knowledge base in here. It could be a notes database, it could be a bookmarks database, it could be a knowledge base, whatever you want to call it. And really, it could be all three, kind of combine them together. So here's one way you could do that. So you could have the name of your note, that cool idea, and go into your note and add some notes about it. You add some notes in here. Again, you could add PDFs, add all kinds of stuff about that cool idea in here. Then tag that. So we'll tag it with, maybe it's an idea about productivity. It's an idea about Notion itself, perhaps. So we can have a few tags in there. And then I'd like to add a few more columns. We'll add one more for type. What kind of note is this? And this is if you want to combine a few different things in here. So we could have the type be a note, or it could be a bookmark. It could be different things. So this one's a note. But then some that will be bookmarks, we'll add another column in here for URL. We'll call it URL. We won't have one for this one. So maybe this next one, we want to say Google in here. And that is maybe for search. There you go. The type is a bookmark, and then the URL here, we will have one. So we'll type that in. And this will come in handy with the web clipper that we'll talk about next. But now that we have this knowledge base started, it can get pretty overwhelming pretty quick. And really, it should. You should be putting a lot of stuff in here. Ideas you have, notes you take, whatever kind of stuff you want to throw in here you have. And that's where the views come in so handy. So we'll add a view, and we'll call it bookmarks. And this could be a good case perhaps for the list, just a simplified list of bookmarks. But I think, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do the bookmarks list. So we'll do it this way. But we do want to filter out. We don't want the notes in here, just the bookmarks. So let's add a filter where the type is bookmarks. This is just your bookmarks now. And you can see, okay, Google and that search, you have all your bookmarks listed down the page and do it that way if you want. And then, of course, go back to your default view that views all your notes. So this is where, over time, you should really build quite a few different views to handle it. If you have thousands of notes in here, which I know a lot of people do, having the right views in there to sort through it works well. And again, I'm a big fan of moving stuff over from other systems sort of manually just to put it in properly, to format it, to weed out stuff that shouldn't be moved over at all, that kind of stuff. And then using the web clipper that we'll talk about in a minute as a way to quickly, as you're on the internet, throw things into here that you want to process later. So we'll take a look at that next.